The rain hammered against the Packard's windshield, blurring the already indistinct landscape of rural Ohio. Elias Thorne slumped against the plush velvet seat, gripped the armrest, his knuckles white. A faint luminescence seemed to emanate from his fingertips, barely visible in the dim interior. He hadn't realized he felt this way, this pull. "Are you all right, Elias?" Silas' voice, calm and steady, cut through the drumming rain. He glanced at Thorne with an expression that was impossible to read. A tremor played in his hands, almost imperceptible. "I don't know, Silas," Thorne mumbled, his voice raspy. "I'm having a strange call from within." The journey from Abernathy's antique shop had been unsettling. The music box, a tarnished silver fare intricately carved with scenes Thorne couldn't quite decipher, pulsed with a subtle vibration. It resonated within him, a discordant harmony that threatened to unravel his composure. Abernathy seemed genuinely pleased to see it go. Silas observed, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. That it was problematic. "Problematic how?" Thorne asked, struggling to focus. He felt a sharp pang in his temples, a throbbing counterpoint to the music box's subtle vibration. Silas hesitated. He didn't elaborate. Something about its influence. Blackwood Manor loomed into view, a Gothic monstrosity silhouetted against the stormy sky. Rain lashed against its crumbling facade, turning the stone walls into dark, glistening canvases. The grounds were overgrown, the gates wrought iron and rusted, the drive swallowed by encroaching foliage. "Impressive, isn't it?" Silas remarked, his voice devoid of enthusiasm. The care was palpable, almost unsettling. The driver, a gaunt man with piercing eyes, opened the car door with a silent grace. "Mr. Thorne, Mr. Hayes," he greeted, his voice a low murmur. "Mr. Abernathy awaits you." The interior of the manor was even more oppressive than its exterior. Dust motes danced in the shafts of weak light that filtered through the tall, arched windows. Portraits of stone-faced ancestors lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow Thorne's every move. A faint scent of decay hung in the air, mingling with the lingering aroma of beeswax and owl piper. "Mr. Abernathy stood in a circular chamber, a small, frail figure, bathed in the flickering light of a single candelabra. His hands trembled as he gestured for them to approach. "So glad you could make it," he said, his voice a reedy whisper. "I trust the journey was agreeable?" "Everything is as it should be, Mr. Abernathy," Silas replied, his voice measured. The chamber was dominated by a stone pedestal upon which the music box sat, bathed in an unnatural glow. It pulsed with an almost palpable energy, the carvings shifting and swirling in Thorne's vision. "I wanted you to see it in its proper setting," Abernathy continued, his eyes fixed on Thorne. "This magnet resonates with the box's frequency, amplifies its properties." "Properties?" Thorne pressed, the throbbing in his temples intensifying. "It's a conduit, Mr. Thorne," Abernathy whispered, leaning closer. "A gateway. 2 other realms." Suddenly, the music box emitted a high-pitched whine, and the room seemed to warp around Thorne. He gasped, clutching his head as a cacophony of voices flooded his mind, fragments of memories, whispers of forgotten languages, the chilling echo of something alien. "What is happening?" Silas barked, his voice strained. Abernathy smiled, a chilling expression that revealed more than it concealed. "The music speaks, Mr. Thorne. Are you listening?" From the shadows the figure materialized, tall, slender, draped in dark robes. Its face was obscured, but Thorne felt the weight of its gaze upon him, cold and calculating. The figure raised a hand, pointing directly at Peterson, the young officer who stood frozen by the door. A bolt of unseen force threw Peterson back against the wall, knocking the breath from his lungs. He lay there, eyes wide with terror, unable to move. Thorne felt an irresistible urge, a compulsion to approach the pedestal, to touch the music box. "Don't, Elias," Silas warned, but his voice seemed distant, muffled by the overwhelming tide of sensory input. As Thorne reached out, the figure in robes spoke. Its voice a distorted echo within his mind. "The time has come. The harmony must be restored. He touched the music box. The room exploded in a blinding flash of violet light. When Thorne's vision cleared, he saw that Abernathy was gone. Silas was kneeling beside Peterson, checking his pulse. The figure in robes stood silently, watching him. "What did you do?" Silas demanded, his voice tight with anger and fear. Thorne tried to speak, but no words came. He felt different. His fingers twisted, his knuckles thickened, his skin felt taut and strange. He gazed down at his hands. The luminescence had intensified. A figure in robes smiled, a triumphant and chilling expression. "You are the key, Mr. Thorne, the instrument of our will. *. Outside, the rain continued to fall, obscuring the world from view, a fitting backdrop to the horrors that were about to unfold. The echoes of the music reverberated within Thorne's mind, a haunting prelude to a symphony of darkness.